Hey guys, it's DJ with the 10 Hoeve Realty Group, and welcome to episode 2 of Opening Up. Today we're going to speak with a local salon owner who's going to give you tips on how to make sure you get from now until things open up and keeping that gray away. Oh, I might be a little too far gone. Go on. Hey guys, it's DJ with the 10 Hoeve Realty Group. Thank you for joining us for episode 2 of Opening Up. I'm here with another very special guest, a Monmouth County resident and business owner, Karen Victorio-Zerbo of Karen Joseph Salon. Welcome, Karen.
Thanks, DJ. Thank you for doing this for us. This is great.
Absolutely. So I'm really excited to get to talk with you because I know a lot has happened with your salon just in the 5 months or so that you've been open, but I want you to share your story with people of exactly how you got here. You know, what brought you to New Jersey in the first place and opening your business in Red Bank, and then sort of what's happened with your business, you know, since the stay-in-place orders have happened.
Okay, so I'm originally from New York. I moved here about 20 years ago. I grew up in my dad's salon. He's the inspiration for my salon. He's part of the inspiration. That's where the Joseph comes from. His name is Joseph.
Oh, nice.
Grew up, yeah, in his business, and when he passed away, we sold the salon. My family and my sister is also a hairdresser. And my
Where was that salon? Where was the salon for your father?
It was on Staten Island.
Okay.
So when he passed, we decided it was best to sell. Our children were small, and we sold, and we had moved out here. And fast forward, I was working in Red Bank, and I was working in Fairhaven, and my kids started getting older. My daughter went to school now to become a hairdresser, which she is, and I'm so proud of her for that. And that was the catalyst. And I always knew I wanted to have a salon, but timing, was everything. So worked here for 20 years with 2 great salons, made really beautiful relationships there, and I'm very grateful for them. And it was time. My partner and I are, he's not in the business, but he's extremely supportive and just as passionate about this business as I am. So he played a huge part in helping me, to open this place. And we had an incredible team, a great designer from Chicago, and he was Michelle Palafis, and we had local architect, Unger and Mans. They were awesome. And Greg Milano, he owns 26 West Restaurant. He's a builder. He did all the work. And it came together pretty quickly. I felt like forever, but it came together really fast with a lot of pressure from us for these guys. And these guys were awesome. They were all great. We were not easy, but we got it up and going, and I'm thrilled to have it. And that we opened in November. And we were building a lot of momentum, doing great. I have the most amazing clientele, very supportive clientele, adore them. And so everybody was really happy, and we still are. I'm still very excited and trying to be very optimistic and positive. But this happened, and like everybody, we're feeling it, and everybody's hurt.
Yeah, for sure. So just to double back on that for a second, for people who don't know, the salon is in Red Bank. You're right on Front Street, correct? So almost directly across from a couple stores down from where the downtown restaurant and bar is. And what was the space before it ended up being your salon?
This was Kramer Portraits.
Okay. They
moved over to Monmouth Street, so they're still in town. The building is the old Kisslin's building, and it's really across the street and at an angle from Good Karma Cafe and Current Coffee Shop.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you employed a lot of local people in the design and in the actual building of the facility, and you can tell just from where you're sitting right now, it's gorgeous. And if I saw correctly on Facebook this morning, you were featured as a finalist in Salon of the Year. Is that right?
We were. I'm so happy to put that up because I am so excited about that. This has been, the last few weeks have been just so sad for all of us. And this morning we woke up to that email saying that we were in the top 20 out of thousands of entries. So we're just so proud and so excited about that. We should know in a couple of weeks whether we were win or not. But even if we don't, is there
anything that we can do to vote or to support? Is there anything we can do? Anyone who's watching the video?
Oh, no, I wish you could, but this is strictly, the judges all work for Salon Today magazine, and so they have their small team, and we had to send in, pictures. We had a fantastic photographer, Marguerite Portugallo. She did a beautiful job and sent in our photos, and we had to write a whole essay on the salon and what it's about, and they want you to get a feel for it. If they don't come to the salon, I wish they did, because as everybody says, the pictures don't do it justice. When you got such a vibe. It's got this, we call it a luxury urban zen type of feel. And so you have to be able to get that out there in your essay. You have to be able to write that so that they feel like they're in here, because they don't come to visit. So they're the ones who do the judging. But thank you for that.
So I noticed that when I looked at your salon, because again, I haven't been there in person, that you have the chairs spread out pretty far apart, farther than normal. And I think that obviously lends to the luxury feel of your space. But given what's going on with coronavirus right now, once things are allowed to open up and the shelter-in-place order is lifted, I've got to believe that should help your clientele to feel a little bit more safe in your salon, right?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, when we designed the space, it wasn't designed to be COVID friendly or with any of that intention, but it was designed like that so that clients have a sense of privacy in the chair. You know, when they come here, they want to feel like they left everything out there and they can come in here and have some peace and quiet, and they do. They're not on top of one another. The average standard for spacing chairs in your salon is about 4 feet, and we have about 8 feet in between each station.
Wow.
We also have a studio in the back, which I designed because I wanted a place that they can go to for more intimate, private, services, maybe small bridal parties, hair extensions, men's hair color. They don't feel comfortable being out here. Anything, any reason why they want to be back there. It's a beautiful little private room that has three stations. Again, very far apart. There's 2 sinks back there, and there's 2 sinks on the main floor. So going forward the next few months, we don't even have to have clients sit next to each other when they get shampooed. I'll have one shampooing in the studio. We'll have one shampooing out here. So that social distancing is not going to be an issue for us. Our main waiting area is very large. We have chairs that are all separate. We don't have benches or couches. We do have one on the other side of this fireplace, 1 couch and 2 chairs, but certainly enough room for people to spread out.
Yeah.
And then just as far as being stylists and salon owners, our responsibility is to maintain a very stringent disinfecting program and make sure that everything is spotless. And after every client leaves, we will be wiping down every station. We will be making sure to sanitize our tools. Everything goes in a disinfectant called barbicide, which also does kill COVID, which is amazing. So, you cut that with water. There's a certain amount of time that your implements need to stay in there. We'll be wiping down all the handles. We'll be wiping down every doorknob every time every client leaves and comes in. Robes never get worn twice anyway, but obviously they get washed in hot water, towels as well, capes. We'll have to wear masks for a while, until further advised. But we will do everything we can. I have hand sanitizer. Purell, I bought so much before this happened, just because I started getting a little bit nervous. Stocked up on tons of Lysol wipes and Clorox and bottles. So we have all the hand sanitizer at every place that a client needs to be. By the refreshment bar, we also have a sink. By the color bar, we have sinks. The bathrooms. I mean, there's no place anybody can go without having to stop quick, conveniently wash their hands and a little pump of sanitizer.
Sounds like you're prepared for it. I mean, given that your business started in November and we're sitting here May 1st right now, you're 7 months in business. Obviously, you had a business plan, but you don't really have a year over year to be able to track what you did last year versus this year. I've got to imagine you had projections on where you think you'd be by this point. I'm assuming things are down. And what are you doing right now to do the best you can to stay over and pay the bills and obviously stay afloat?
Yeah. So in an industry like this, obviously it's a service industry. It's very difficult to, service our clients at this level, but I've been staying completely connected to them by coming down here every day, calling my clients, texting. They've been texting me, calling me. They're amazing, very, very caring. And what we've been doing is providing color kits, like a lot of the salons are doing, where I'm able to now mix their custom formula in a kit. They can take it home and do it anytime they want. It's just enough to get them through, enough where they can see the color and it doesn't bother them. And just until they can get over. I also have this Christoph Robin is one of the brands that we carry, and they make these beautiful masks, and they're enough to kind of give the hair shine and tone. If the color's starting to fade, they use this. We offer gift certificates, and so many of my clients bought them. I was so grateful to them for that. Where when they come back and redeem them, they'll get 15% off their next service. So those things have been keeping us afloat. Listen, it's not, what we need, and I'm hoping this doesn't go on much longer, but it certainly will be fine. And it's more the connection to them than anything. Knowing that they want to help and what they're doing because they love me and they love all of us. They love my staff, and that means more than anything, any dollar. I mean, we'll get through this. I don't imagine this is going to go on too much longer, but
Sure.
I'm grateful for everything. Again, I'm grateful for the design of this space and knowing going forward, my staff and myself and my clients can feel confident in knowing that they will be healthy and safe and okay.
Yeah, and you mentioned something else, which is once things open up, and we haven't really heard what that plan is going to be from the state of New Jersey yet. We've heard some things in other states where they're saying 25% of occupancy is what they're going to allow for a certain period of time, and then 50% occupancy. You mentioned something about staggering. So I'm assuming that that's part of the plan for you once you reopen, is to make sure that people aren't on top of another. You're not going back to full occupancy, even though you're pretty spread out, right?
That's correct. And we don't overbook anyway. It's just our nature here. We like the clients to have the time in our chair where we're not booking one after another, but we will stagger them anyway. Whether we stagger them in chairs or stagger their appointments, I'll stagger my staff. So we won't all be here every day. And there'll only be a couple of people here at a time. So opening more hours, opening more days, maybe 7 days a week in the beginning. This way we can all work a couple of days each and accommodate all of our clients. I think they'll appreciate that. And I think my girls will appreciate that. And I think before we know it, we'll all be back to normal with the help of God. And we'll be able to, run business as usual.
Let's hope so. Before I forget, just in case anybody's interested in those color kits or the items you were mentioning earlier in the interview, where should they go? Should they call a phone number? Should they go to your website?
Yes, they can call my salon. A lot of my clients have my cell phone number too, and they can text me anytime, and they know that, and I don't mind that. Sometimes texts get lost though, and you know that if you can't respond right away, they might get lost in the shuffle, and I don't want that to happen. So I am recommending they call the salon, and if I'm not here, which I come down every day, if they call while I'm not here, leave me a voicemail. I will make their kits, and they can come pick them up. I will just run them out to the car, drop them in either the trunk or whatever they're comfortable doing. I have also delivered kits to clients' houses, and I don't mind doing that, whatever is convenient for them. So that's
great.
The best.
All right, terrific. We'll make sure we put up here on the screen actually where people can, the phone number that they should call. So I've got a couple fun questions for you too. First restaurant you go to once you're allowed to actually eat in the restaurant back at normal, where do you go?
Well, I'm going to have to probably say, because today is Friday, and my partner and I our tradition is Friday night, 26 West. We love 26 West on the Navasink, great food. We've now been taking out from them. Char is another one of our favorites. So, I mean, I know I'm not that afraid, and I know that they have to open on limited capacity, but I will be one of the first people back there supporting them. I love them all. They're great people, and that's probably my two go-tos. Yeah,
there's so many great places, especially in Red Bank, to go to. But I think the theme that I'm hearing from a lot of people is any place that has that open air feel, or windows that open, or an outdoor space. It not just is going to make people feel a little bit more comfortable, but it also is tying you into the better weather that's coming, which we're all just so anxious for as we sit here with rain happening today as well.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And both of those restaurants happen to have windows that open out, so I do feel comfortable. And we usually like to sit at the bar, so you're in the front by those open windows.
Absolutely. So one more fun question for you. So the first person you hug that you're not currently living with, that you get to go out there and hug people again.
Yeah, that I'm not currently living with my son. Big hug. Yeah, he doesn't live with me anymore. He's on his own. He's an adult. He'll be 30, but yeah, I cannot wait to hug him.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what comes of this. Do we go back to handshakes or hugs? Commonplace again? Do we just go back to the foot tap that everybody seems to be using right now? But I hope we go back to hugs and handshakes.
Me too. I'm a hugger. I'm a huge hugger, and it's a killer just to be able to say, like, oh, yeah, I hope that doesn't last too long. I don't think it will. I think we'll be back to normal soon. I hope to God,
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, boys and men that are having their haircuts at home done by their moms, or doing them themselves, it's a little bit different than women that are getting their haircut or holding off on having it. Any last little pieces of advice you want to leave for women who are, anxious to have their hair colored again or need of a haircut, and you might not be able to get that done for another month or so? Anything you want to leave people with?
Yes, don't do it. I mean, I don't recommend anybody cuts their own hair. That especially. Color, okay, that's one thing. I am doing little tutorials for my clients, and it's been so much fun. I mean, a couple of FaceTimes and mothers and daughters screaming at each other. I could do it. No, you can't. It's so much, but it's all good. It's all in good fun. But haircuts, no, I never recommend anybody doing that on their own. I look at these poor guys. I saw Patty Springsteen cut Bruce's hair, and I thought that was adorable and hysterical. I think she did under the guidance of her stylist, so that was beautiful. But maybe if wives can just kind of clean up their husband's necklines and their hairline, around their sideburns, and that's it. We're not going anywhere. Throw on a hat. Especially with hair color, because if a lot of women are talking about these online color companies or going to the store. What should I buy? You don't know what you're going to get, and then you're going to end up in a color correction situation. We're going to end up in a color correction situation, which would cost so much more money than them just waiting and being patient.
So patience is key. That's sage advice right now across the board.
Yeah, I think so.
I can't thank you enough for being part of this. Thank you for jumping on. We hope that everything opens up for you and for everybody else soon enough. I'm sure business will be cranking, hopefully in the month of May. If not, we'll be there in June, right?
Yeah, I hope so. Pray to God. Thank you so much, DJ. This was great. We all appreciate you doing this for us.
No worries. Well, best of luck. Well, I hope to see you out in Red Bank soon.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks. Thanks so much for watching. Please make sure you check out some of these new videos. Also, give us a thumbs up down below if you like the video. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you ding that bell down below to get notified anytime we drop a new video.